go back in memory lane. You're switching between that one wrestling program to the other wrestling program, and you're trying to see the exact same thing that I'm trying to see. And you want to make sure you don't miss anything. I mean, there's commercial breaks, there's no TiVo just yet, there's no streaming on demand type of stuff. And you realize you didn't miss it. You didn't miss it because you hear the crowd say together in unison. That's the definition, right? Goldberg, Goldberg. And then the camera switches under the belly, is what Vince McMahon would kind of say, the belly of the auditorium. And you have someone knock at the door. And you know who's behind that door. You know who the fuck is coming out. It's not Morgan Waller. No. It's Goldberg. And he's got the security guards. He's making his walk like he's a boxer, like he's a UFC fighter before UFC even takes it worldwide. And he comes out and you hear the music. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm talking about. And then when he gets out there, the sparkles go. And a lot of grown men can't sit there and stand next to sparkles and make it look cool. But some of the best in professional wrestling and indie wrestling make it look so effortless. So he's standing here in these sparkles and he takes in a little bit of smoke. The camera gets up and he blows it out. Sometimes the sparklers will burn him and shit and he's bleeding. You don't give a fuck. It's Bill Goldberg and he does this little thing with his arms, which I still do. Before I get ready for any, like I'm about to grill and I got the charcoal just right and it's no smoke. It's just heat. It's go time. I'm sitting there, I'm doing a Goldberg. I'm warming up. My wife's like, what you doing? I'm about to grill. It's about to go down. Now, we are talking Bill Goldberg. We're talking WWE Untold. It's called Goldberg Streak. You can watch it for free $99 on YouTube. You can also watch it as a part of the Untold series, which is on NBC's Peacock streaming service. Go ahead and check that out. Now, before I jump into this, hit the subscribe button, like. We have some links, if you would, in the description, and we get a nice little kickback commission and some love if you just click those links and maybe see something you like, go ahead and add it to the cart, make that purchase, make that move. Now, I'm going to go into my highs and lows on this documentary, and we're going to go ahead and rate this. It is only 50 minutes. I think it's a sweet spot for 50 minutes, and we're going to talk Bill Goldberg. They're going to focus mostly on the streak, which is the biggest thing from Bill Goldberg, but they do go through his full life. So I would say this is a full-on documentary, so just say that way. The lows of this was, I don't think they did anything to help his character necessarily, unless you were nostalgic to growing up watching Bill Goldberg. I don't think I felt like they put elements, whether intentionally or not, they put elements in that I felt like didn't put him in that conversation as some of the greatest. And to each his own. Now, I will say this. I'm not a Bill Goldberg fan. If you've been rocking with me from day one with the wrestling, you know damn well I'm more of a technical person. I want a storyteller. I want a gimmick that I can get behind. I want some stories. I want matches, and that's what I want. And that's not what Goldberg was. And there's no shade in that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just not my cup of tea. Now, don't get me wrong. Was I cheering for him? Hell yeah. Did I NWO versus WCW World Tour? Was I playing? The jackknife, to be able to hold somebody up. And I think in the game, you could hold it for a bit, point blank, to do the jackknife, the spear. There's only, other than Goldberg, there's only two other people I can think of with the spear that pop in my head. And no, it's not Braun. It's too soon. I would say Edge and the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, comes to mind. Just like if I was thinking about the super kick or sweet chin music, I'm thinking the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. I'm thinking Kevin Owen. I'm thinking Zig. I'm thinking the Usos. They're just certain people that go with certain moves, and that's just what it is. There was a another thing that I thought of that was a con of it was it felt like some of the interviews, they weren't really, I don't know, it just didn't, I don't know, there was something about the vibe that was off on this. I don't know necessarily, but I can't put my finger on it. You watch it, let me know in the comments. Now, the pros that I liked about it was they talked about the number thing, about the streak. Was it real? I'm telling you right now, like I said, I was not a fan of Goldberg in that sense, but I did pop when he popped out, when he fought the bad guys, when the streak was going, when he was winning the championship. 100%. I did not count the streak. What I mean by that is I didn't sit there with pen and paper. We didn't have social media that way. I believe the fucking streak. So it wasn't until like I got older and people talked about, oh, look at this, look at that. And then they show how some of the people are the same ones that came out. I don't understand why they would put this in here. I can see Dark Side of the Ring doing it. I can't see something that's officially WWE saying, hey, we're going to go ahead and potentially bury this guy on his own documentary. I don't know. Maybe I just, that's what I took from it. There was a match they put in there where it was, I knew it was going to show up. I was hoping it was Regal, but they don't touch on it. And I take that as a good and a bad. They don't touch on it. Okay, so he goes up against Regal in a match. And I remember watching this, and Regal was working his ass. I'm talking about, you can see that Goldberg was tired. He was annoyed. I don't know if this was script now. Later on in the hot takes, the hot sheets, they say that Regal wasn't supposed to, but it was his way to let the boys know in the locker room, he's not one of us. He's not out here grinding like us, passionate about what we're doing. Whether that's the case, I don't know. But I don't know. I just looked at it as I watched the match and I remember saying Regal in his, like, he was that, again, that's my style of wrestling, storytelling, technical, and go watch that match if you haven't watched it already. It's a banger. Not for Goldberg. Other than that, I mean, they didn't talk about Bret Hart. They didn't go into Bret Hart. And I felt like that's a significant thing. Like, everybody talks about Bill Goldberg and Bret Hart. They do talk about DDP. But the other thing that makes me kind of take away from the DDP talk is I was a big DDP fan. I like DDP more than I liked Goldberg, and I got a chance to meet DDP not too long, actually a pretty long time ago. Sidebar. It was really one of his best matches, and they don't really say it the way they should say it. To me, again, the technical lover, Goldberg didn't have any really good matches. Like, there, I can't think. Put in the comments your top 3, Goldberg matches. I will go back and watch them. I will be educated and learn. But other than that DDP match, I just can't. There's nothing that comes to mind where I'm like, hey, even with the kiddos, hey, come watch this match. Like, I know we just watched, Becky and Bianca and Sasha and Bailey in this banger of a match. Turn that off. Let's watch this Goldberg match. It could just be me, but that's just how I take it. And how we take it is we rate things here from a 0 to 5. 5 being excellent, 0 being not so much. This documentary is a full documentary of Goldberg's life. They talk about his football life. They talk about, him rising to fame and popularity and pop culture and what that meant for wrestling and the wars, the Monday Night Wars that we saw. This is called Goldberg Streak. This is 50 minutes, and at the beginning, the top of the hour. It's not an hour, but that's how you say it. I mean, like radio show, I mentioned where you can find it. But anyways, you can find more of us by hitting the subscribe button. Like and comment for more. We would greatly appreciate it. Now, I'm going to rate this a 2. I'm going to rate this a 2. I'm sorry. I can't. I'll be damned. If Lingo does a documentary on me, whether it's my life at I past or my life current, it shouldn't, other than the highs and low moments, bad choices I've made in my life. I get that. It's real, right? You shouldn't be burying me on my only documentary right before I got a match with Gunther for the world championship to possibly retire from all of wrestling. I'm just saying, whenever this was cut, I don't know. So I'm just going to put this as a 2. Now, you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here with me. Until next time, check out one of these videos that we have to offer. Click allow. And oh yeah, hit my music.
Said I'ma get into it first. Until they put me in the dirt. Said I'ma get into it first. Said I'ma get into it.